And finally, video number 8. Again, this was all in one trip, just to show the different steps, um, of how they do this, breaking this down the best that I possibly can, explaining this the best that I possibly can. And my dog's barking out there. Interesting. All right, so just it's our last stop. Just got through the water store, passive aggressiveness blockades, and we're leaving. So remember earlier there was the guy that was going real slow. I tried to go past him. He sped up until I was breaking the speed limit. Uh, I didn't feel like slowing down to get behind him because this happens to me every time I go down that stretch. Not every time, but quite a bit. Um, where they'll speed up, I'll get behind them and they could slow down. I'm like, why are we doing 30? And then I go to get over around in the left lane, and wow, what do you know? There's a whole bunch of white cars, and I am stuck. And everybody wants to do, under the speed limit. So, um, so just go the speed limit. I got past that guy, slowed down, got to the speed limit, and what do you know? What do you know? Right as I'm leaving this water place, um, we've got this officer right here. Well, I guess spoiler alert.
All right, here we are. I'm just leaving the store, and got people in there messing with me. Got this red car here. Real close to me. They did pretty nice to that guy. And then we got this. Somebody getting.
Yeah, so I don't know what these people are doing, just like wandering around the parking lot. Where are they going? They going to that elementary school? I guess maybe they're walking to the corner to walk to their house. Um, and then that red car that was parked next to me, they park real close to your door, so you have to. I mean, this is repetitively over and over and over and over. Uh, so you have to, squeeze to get in your car. So there's that. Try to irritate you right before, or well, there's a cop there, so you come out like yelling and screaming or something. The cop's like, "What's going on here?" You know. So instead, you do this.
Arizona auditor probably be all over this.
Now notice how when I was going, this car, this Yukon, whatever it is, pulls in, coming around here, trying to get me to squeeze by, be in a hurry because it's been slowing me down all day. Imagine if I went by and accidentally hit that door. I would never ever do that. I'd be able to drive an engine through there without hitting that door. That would never be the case, but that's very very possible. I mean, that's what they're trying to get you to do.
How's it going?
See, even my dog said hi. That was a hi. That wasn't a. He does that when he sees other dogs. Notice the paper plates on the black car in front, and you got the white car and the red car right here. And nice and clear. The rest of the way to the house. So, but people say don't show people where you live. Well, this neighborhood watches everything. Anything happens in this neighborhood, somebody's gonna know about it. I mean, they might not report it if it happens to me, but these cops here have their eye on everything. There's pretty much got to be cameras everywhere, so really not too worried about it. The only people, um, yeah, not too worried about it. This was happening long before I ever started doing these videos, so if anything, this will help. So there we go. Next door neighbors, white and red car. So I come in. Boom, on the other side, look at that white and red car. Okay, that's what I got in one trip. These 8 videos in one trip. I tried to keep the videos short because people can't watch like, a 2-hour video all the time. So I hope that helps some people understand this. I'm not trying to prove that this poster in front of me is wrong or right or anything like that. I'm not trying to prove that, we didn't land on the moon. I'm not trying to prove there's a God or there isn't or anything ridiculous like that. All I'm doing is showing pretty basic standard operating procedures that are happening in a repetitive fashion that I have witnessed. I've been trained in my past to pay attention to details. The Air Force basic training, fire department. When I was at the fire department, I repaired and maintained SCBA packs, self-contained breathing apparatus packs. I had to pay close attention to that. I maintained all of the fire extinguishers on the base. There were hundreds of them. There were different kinds. Dry cam, halon, water. We had different stuff. Fire suppression systems that were run by a diesel motor for a foam system. Maintained that, and then did fire inspections in buildings. For worked out numbers for occupancies in new buildings. I've done things before. I ran an insurance agency. I've done things that have had to, where you have to pay attention to detail and figure out things that aren't just black and white. There's some gray areas. There's some studying to be done, and you can't just. This isn't a kind of thing you can just memorize the answers and then check the test and get that right. You have to understand the theory of it, or you have to have just gone through it. So, or both, because you can go through this without doing any kind of research. You don't get a lot of answers. So you have to get some kind of answers, and then you start seeing how much of what you have gone through is out there in different media, different types of media. So, not the mainstream media. That's not what I'm talking about. All right, everybody have a good night. I hope this was helpful. I will do my best to get back to doing some interviews with some people. See what happens. Just trying to keep up here. Have a great day.